And we are live. What's good, Josh and Mandel saying welcome to our Really Want to Know podcast. How y'all feeling? I was just trying to broadcast on X. So something's going wrong. I'm gonna have to look at my stuff. I don't know what's going on. But how y'all feeling out there, man? How y'all feeling? We are doing our thing, guys. We are doing our thing. I have been missing action. I've been MIA. I've been doing a lot of things. But as you all know, we have the summer schedule. Reference my daughter. When she's out of school, we have the summer schedule. When she's in school, we have the school schedule. And today was the first day of school. So we're back to our normal broadcasting habits. We're going to be jumping on Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. And then we'll do extra shows in there. Sometimes I'll come in and put out some shorts, or maybe I'll do like an early show or whatever. But we're getting back to the podcasting thing, guys. Summer is over. My summer schedules are always hectic. So summer is over. And we are here to make it happen. So today I want to talk about the male struggle, guys. I mean, yeah, I'm really getting a good look at what's going on out here in these trenches. And I'm telling you, we have a problem. It's not just an American problem, but it is more pronounced in the, I would say, first world nations. The Western world is really pronounced in the UK, Australia, America, United States of America, Canada. It's more pronounced in countries like that, but it's a problem everywhere. Japan is just like crazy out of control. That's both for men and women. So but let's talk about the male struggle, right? Let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed. You guys know it's been a while. I haven't really been sitting in this chair like I normally do. And make sure my buttons are see, I gotta check the buttons. I don't know. Where are we going? Oh, there we go. I had the wrong. There we go. Bam. All right, we got that button. We got our Don DeMarco button.
Don DeMarco.
All right. We got our holla holla button.
You big dummy.
We got you big dummy. And we have
holla, 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 holla.
We got
holla,
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 holla, holla.
All right. So I'm just trying to get back into it, guys. I still have I have 2, 4, 6, I have 8 more soundtracks, sound bites, sound clips, whatever that I need to upload into this system. I have 8 more to put in there. I haven't had a chance to get into all that. It's been a long summer. It's been a crazy summer. Actually, went by pretty quick. I'm shocked. I look up and I'm like, oh man, kids are back in school. My daughter's a high school senior. High school freshman now, freshman year. She's in the band. She's doing her thing. She got through her first day. She's such a band nerd, such a cool kid, but like in a laid back, cool kid way. She's not a girly girl. She's not out there trying to worry about her outfits and stuff, but she is getting more into her hair. She's getting more into her hair, which is a good thing. We were picking up some school supplies, and we were at, like Target and getting some school supplies, and she was like, oh, Papa, can I get some shampoo? Which led to shampoo and led to some oils and got some conditioner, and she got some gel. I'm like, I thought it was just shampoo. But she's getting into her hair. Like she's cleaning up her rooms. Like she's cleaning up stuff. My little baby is growing up right in front of my eyes. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm excited about that. She's excited. She's in high school now. She's thinking about her future. She's thinking about college. Her and I did a lot of talking about homelessness. We talked about money. We talked about cost of living, inflation. And before we get into the man stuff, for you parents out here, don't wait until your kids are grown to have these conversations. You need to be talking to them now. And if your child is a 6th grader, but can mentally, understand what you're putting out there, if they're picking up what you're putting down, then start those conversations when they're 6. If they have to be 16 before you have this conversation, then so be it. But I mean, it is what it is. We got my brother Jack Black in the building. What's good? I got your message, man. I meant to hit you back, bro. And I've been running around. I'm going to hit you back. We are going to break bread before you get out of here, before you go to Oklahoma City. So, Brother Jack is it's going to be an air traffic controller, man. Don DeMarco to that.
Don DeMarco.
Right? He watched the videos. Well, he's one of my knights. First of all, he's one of my knights, so he was going to be good regardless. Right? He's one of the new Templars. But he watched the videos. He did all of the steps that we spelled out in the videos. Now we're talking about the how to be an air traffic controller video, not the fresh and fit video, the one we did here. The fresh and fit video is a good video. We talked a lot on there. That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Myron and Fresh. But on this platform, it was like episode 250, I think it was 251, 250, 255, something like that. We talk about how to apply to be an air traffic controller to work for the FAA. Brother Jack did all that. He did all that. And guess what? He got picked up. He is an air traffic controller. All he has to do is get through training, right? So he's like a recruit. Once he goes out to Oklahoma, and he's going to have to work real hard, get through all the training. Once he gets through the training, he'll be assigned an airport. He's probably going to be working the tower. We talked about that. Like, we talked about his options when he gets to it. Like, this is what I think you should do. But for now, focus on the work, which is what he's doing. And when he's all done on the other side of this, he's going to be making a great living. It's a government job. Air traffic control is a recession-proof job. The career is amazing. And here's the thing. The government has to fall apart before they don't pay you as an air traffic controller in the government. So very recession-proof. Man, it's just a great career. And right now I was talking to some of my homeboys who are currently working, some of the OGs in the business, and man, oh man, they are overworked. American air traffic controllers at the big facilities are overworked. They need controllers, bad guys. So if you're out there, if you're watching this now, if you're watching this in the future, look up DL saying air traffic controller, look up the video, find that video, apply. They're going to Q1 of 2025 is when they're probably going to put out the next bid, job opening, you know what I mean? The announcement. So you want to have all your stuff done before that bid comes out. You want to have already gone on USA Jobs and filled out create your profile and have all that stuff ready to go. So once that announcement hits, all you got to do is upload your information and you're in. Not in, but you're in for the process. And it takes time. It takes time, but shout out again to Brother Jack. It's like, yes, sir. How was Miami? Miami is always a good time. So Fresh and Fit had a yacht party weekend, and I went down. And you guys know I'm in Tampa, so I can fly down there. It's like a 25-minute flight, 30-minute flight from gate to gate, if with no weather, or it's a 4-hour drive. I like to drive down. It kind of lets me think and clear my head. So it was amazing. I remember the very first party that the Fresh and Fit platform has when they got 100,000 subscribers. I was at that party. I remember that party. And I've been to the first yacht parties, and I've been to other events, and not just in Miami. I've been to Dallas. I've been around supporting Myron and Fresh. And from that very first party, that very first 100,000 subscriber party to what I just witnessed last Saturday, oh my God, they have gotten very, 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 very good at what they do. They are honing it in, got it down to a science. The people who were there, man, I didn't hear any, real complaints. People had a good time. They were there all night. The actual yacht, the boat was in Fort Lauderdale. It's the first time they ever had something big outside of Fort Lauderdale on their own. They've done some, they've collabed with Valuetainment and was up in Fort Lauderdale at the Valuetainment studios. And they've done some stuff there, but this is the first time they did something on their own. And I guess they just got a really good deal on this ship. I mean, it was a party ship, guys. This thing was massive. And kind of drove around the harbors or whatever in the waterways. I was there. I had a great time, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I had a great time. And when you finish training, you get through your facility and you certify and all that, man, then we'll go down to Miami, whatever. And just, you can have like a miniature sign-off party. You're gonna have a big sign-off party for your facility, but you can have a miniature sign-off party for your fam. We'll talk about that when you get there, brother. Dr. B is in the building. What's good, man? I see you. It has been a while, brother. Has been a while. Now my daughter's back in school, so we're back to the normal schedule. We're back to our normal schedule. So no more summer schedules. I'll be here Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. ish. Sometimes I'll jump on early like I did today. Probably like between. I might even start doing 5 to 7. Actually, we might settle in at 5 because my daughter's in high school now, so her schedule changed. Her school schedule has changed, so I might start doing 5 to 7 Monday through Thursday, and then I'll still do the occasional the shorts and stuff. Like I'm in my car, or I might do some shorts up here talking about stuff. I'm not going to be talking about politics as far as I probably won't have any episodes dedicated to politics. I won't have any episodes dedicated to that sort of thing. But of course, if the questions come up with, which they will, right? Those questions will come up in the chat. I'm going to address it. You know what I mean? If you guys want to know my take on what's going on with the presidential race here, I will absolutely tell you. It's not, you know, I ain't got no problem. I ain't going to shy away from that. So, I mean, it is, but it is what it is. Yeah, Dr. B, what 1 Million Party was a movie. Absolutely. The 1 Million Party. Again, I was there. I was at 100,000. I was at 500,000. I was at 1 million. I was there. I was in Dallas when they did the Fresh and Fit Dallas takeover thing. And then I've done a few other, they've had some smaller, events that they've done, like some small things, like the Valuetainment thing and some other stuff. But this was the first big party I've been to since the 1 million. And yo, Dr. B, this was fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. This was fire. I'm pretty sure that there's some people out there who might have complained, like the women. I don't know why. If they were to complain, I don't know why, because everything was free for them. They didn't have to pay to get on the ship. There was food there, it was for free. It went fast. And then there was open bar all night long. And there's always going to be a couple hiccups. I know when we first got there was a couple fires that needed to be put out, metaphorically speaking. They needed to be put out, some confusion between what was going on with the FNF platform and what they wanted versus what the ship was trying to do. People are always trying to make a penny if they can. And the ship was, trying to actually charge for some things. It was like, no, everything 100% open. We're not charging for nothing. Only money y'all gonna make is via tips. So I hope y'all serve these people quick, that sort of thing. And I know that the Fresh and Fit team was on that. We had a hiccup with security, something that we didn't know about, but hey, you live and you learn. Like, you take the notes, and each time, each event is better. So this one was fire, bro. I wish you were down there. Sorry we missed you. Brother IRS is in the building. What's good, fam? Like a lot of great guys in Castle Club. Yacht Party was lit. It was great meeting you there. Yes, sir. President meeting you, brother. I mean, I got to meet so many brothers down there. It was off the chain. We had we had a couple of Castle Club generals in the house. We had brother Jay, who was an Alabama general, and we also had brother Larry, who came down from Boston. I was there. Justin Waller popped in. I mean, he came in. He was on a boat for the trip. I got to tell you, man, that brother. Shout out to him, man. Like, real talk, Don DeMarco to Justin Waller. That brother is really committed to helping men improve themselves, helping men any way he possibly can. I ain't gonna lie, the amount of value that he was giving to anyone who came up to him, bro. He was talking about everything from the steel business to the what business is he in? The mobile home park business. He's in that now, doing really well. We were talking about what we think is going to happen with the economy. We're talking about ways to protect your fortune during financial turn, like when it goes bad, like for recessions, how to protect your wealth, how to make money, how to leverage your money with banks when it comes to loans, and bro, like tax strategies, all that, man. He was just giving it out to anyone who would ask. And there were quite a few business guys in there that took full advantage, man. Shout out to Justin, man. He's a real one. He is a real one. So now, man, it was cool. It was cool, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Dr. B, like, some people are talking smack about the party, though. I mean, Abba and Preach, that's how they make their money, bro. I know that Saint the Center is doing a show right now. I don't know if he's still live. He's talking about Abba and Preach. They couldn't wait. They put out a 12-minute video. So what they did was they clipped up. They heavily edited the in real life stream that Myron did when he was on the boat. They were filming live, on the boat. And, of course, they're going to cherry pick the clips that they want, put it together. And, Ivan Preach is doing what Ivan Preach does. You look at someone like Preach, I don't know. I think Preach is, I get it. Preach is part of, he's half of the team, and they're making a good living on YouTube doing what they're doing. I get that. Abba, on the other hand, man, he's a certain type of, person. You know what I mean? He's the kind of person that, like, them type of people you really gotta look out for. You gotta stay away from. And in my book, man, the guy's a coward. He's been challenged man to man on some real shit. Like, man, no cameras, no nothing. Forget all that. We got problems, man. We gotta go take care of some men business. And he runs from it. I can't respect the coward, man. I just can't respect the coward. Now, I understand what they're doing. This is how they make money. They make thousands of dollars. At this point, they've probably made tens of thousands, if not. They might have made six figures off of the Fresh and Fit platform to date. If you were to go back and look at their content, I don't know what their RPM is, but I'm pretty sure it's up there. If I'm at $13, they got to be like $20 plus, I would imagine. So for every 1,000 videos, they're going to get like $20 or more. The video they just put out has almost 400,000 views. I looked at it. I mean, it was like 365,000 views or something like that in just a matter of hours. So their platform are full of people who just, for whatever reason, they want to hate, the red pill, the manosphere, Fresh and Fit. And it makes Auburn preach a lot of money. It makes them a lot of money, right? It is what it is. So on the one hand, you can't be upset with them for making money. But on the other hand, what are they doing? Like, what value are they bringing to men? Zero. They're just making their bread. They're just shit talkers to the highest level. That's all they are, bro. Like, they are elite haters, right? Elite haters. And they're making a lot of money off of it. So, hey, it is what it is. I can tell you this. I've never seen or heard of Auburn Preach doing any type of event. They're on there. I watched through Saint the Center. I was kind of watching a little bit, and then I brought up the 12-minute video myself, just kind of go through it a little bit, and I'm looking at it. It was just pure hate there. There's nothing there that, from their point of view, they're like, oh, this is a waste of time. They just fleece these people, and they're saying all this stuff, and it's like, man, look, look, what are y'all doing to help men? What are y'all doing to help anybody? People were telling me that Auburn Preach at some point were in Auburn, especially was in the comedy business. And that was the same time that I was in LA doing my thing. I never heard of the guy. But folks were saying that they're in the comedy business. I'm like, bro, are you even funny? Like, why aren't you doing that? You got this platform. How about have a comedy show? Have a comedy show. At least make people laugh. You can bring, I just think they're failed comics. Right. And I think that they landed where they landed and they're making good money. And I can see that. But, that whole thing, like I said, like, I was a straight coward, bro. As a man, that's just the one thing you don't want to be labeled, bro. You just don't want to be the guy who runs from it. You run from it. You come in, you talk crazy, you get confronted, and you run. You just never be that guy. All right, fellas, if y'all listening out there, never be that guy. You're going to have to stand 10 toes down sometimes. And if, you're going to have to defend yourself. And if it means taking the L, take the L. But go down swinging. So, and that's one of the major problems I see with men today. Men like Abba. This Canadian dude who thinks the way he thinks and thinks it's okay to run away. It's okay to disrespect people. It's okay to plunge your knife in someone's back and talk shit about them and make money at their expense. It's okay to do these things, and it's okay to run when confronted. That's a huge problem with men in the West. I'm just here to tell you that's a huge problem with men in the West. Casual Germs in the building. What's good, fam? How you feeling? But yeah, don't tell the feds about my taxes, please don't. Sister Michelle's in the building. What's good, sis? We got to get you back on here, girl. I know towards the end of the school season in the spring, I know we were talking about, doing something. We could do it now. I'm back on my regular schedule. So I'm going to reach out to you. Let's make that happen. Matter of fact, do me a favor, sis. Reach out to me. Hit me up on Instagram. Let's make that happen. Let's get you back on here because that was a great show. I really enjoyed it. And there's all my information scrolling across the bottom, guys. If you guys want to hit me up, the best way to get a hold of me is Instagram. I really want to know podcast, all one word. You can find me on Telegram. For anybody out here who's interested in joining Castle Club. What is Castle Club? Castle Club is an organization, a real world organization, networking organization that Fresh and Fit created. Now, a Castle Club is for those guys who really love their content and they want the extra, behind the scenes footage, to kick out cams. You get Zoom calls with Myron and Fresh. Sometimes those Zoom calls could last 3 hours. How do I know? Because I've been on them. He's sitting there for 3.5 hours. Myron and Fresh will make sure they answer all your questions, no matter what those questions are. Those are some of the benefits you get from Castle Club. I'm going to have to get with Mo. I'm going to have to get every bullet point. When I'm on tomorrow, I'll have those bullet points, everything that you get for Castle Club and how much it costs. I think the price point is somewhere between 30 and 40 bucks right now. I have to get that information. I apologize. I don't have it. But if you are a member of Castle Club, then you are eligible to join the city groups, which is a group within the Fresh and Fit world where we meet in line. So if you want to just meet up with guys who are like-minded, who are out here trying to make a change, who are out here doing the work, who are out here encouraging one another to be the best versions of themselves, who are out here trying to get the money, get their fitness together, get their mind right, that is the city group. There is no charge for the city group outside of just being a member of Castle Club. The only way to get into the city groups, you have to be a paid member, a current paid member of Castle Club. You get in the Castle Club, you pay your membership, we'll send you a link. We do like a little verification. We kind of, it's a little bit of an interview process. Then we put you in. And right now we have about 21 cities. 2 of the cities we kind of pull back a little bit. We kind of merged them with we have Birmingham, Alabama. We have Nashville, Tennessee. And we've merged those 2 cities into Atlanta, which was the biggest city in the hub, just until we get their numbers up. They didn't have quite enough guys to where it made sense for us to open up. But we're going to, as soon as we get those numbers up, we're going to have those cities back and running. We do have generals. The generals are the guys who run the city. So it's like the president of the chapter. We call them generals. So we have like 20, 21 cities right now. I'm just going to run through it real quick. I don't have them all in my head. I got them written down somewhere, but we have Miami, we have Tampa, we have Charlotte, DC, Atlanta, Boston, New York. Let's see. We have, like I said, we have Nashville, we have Birmingham, but they're inside of Atlanta right now. Pause. We have Dallas, we have Houston, we have Vegas, we have Los Angeles, we have Seattle, we have Honolulu, we have Tokyo, we have Ontario, Canada, like Tokyo, Japan, of course. I believe we have DC, and I might be missing one more. And we're going to be opening the United Kingdom, London, and London's going to run all of Europe. And we're going to be opening, hopefully within a week or so, we're going to be opening Australia. Hey, bro, we have guys in this organization from all over the globe. I'm not exaggerating. It is a great opportunity. And again, this is what sets a platform like Fresh and Fit apart from a platform like Auburn Preach. Auburn Preach are just out to make money for themselves and do their thing and talk shit. No problem. Myron and Fresh are doing what they do. They say what they say. You don't have to agree with everything that they say, but they really want to help men improve. And this is one of the ways that they're doing it. They asked me to help set up the city groups, which I've been really working with them and helping to get these groups off the ground and, get our leadership team online and get things going, which we have done. And we're still expanding. It's great. I'm honored to be a part of it. But this is what they're doing. And they're not charging anything extra to be in the city groups, which I'm screaming at them weekly. We should be charging people to get in here, bro. It is way too much value in here to be just giving it away. But they're like, nah, man, we want these guys to be able to meet up and network and grow. I'm like, okay. But every chance I get, I'm like, man, can we just charge the extra $20? Charge the extra $30? I'm all about that. They're like, no, they're actually telling me no, which is funny because people call Myron and Fresh scammers. And I'm like, bro, these are the worst scammers I've ever seen in my life. Because honestly, people should be paying $100 a month just to be a part of our city groups. That's how much value is in there. We have everything in there, from blue collar workers to white collar workers. Man, we have architects. One of our members in Toronto in the Canada group, he is a nuclear engineer, right? Working at a nuclear plant somewhere in Canada, right? We have guys who own businesses. We have guys who is very knowledgeable in training livestock, like training horses. Like we have guys who are, truck drivers, like CDL drivers. We got guys who have businesses that are non-CDL businesses, where guys are out here just making $2,000 to $4,000 a weekend, just running stuff from point A to point B. You don't even need to have a CDL for this. You can just They show you how to do it. They tell you what paperwork you need to fill out and what, where you need to file and what kind of insurance you need. You get all of this, and all of this is inside of this group, our city groups. We have guys who own restaurants. Their families like heavy, restaurateurs and chefs and stuff like that. We have guys in the entertainment business, movie producers. We have guys who are like camera operators and stuff like that. We have guys who are crane operators, HVAC, right? We got construction guys. We have guys who are retired air traffic controllers. We have guys who are like, law enforcement, fire guys. 2 of our generals are current firefighters. 2 of our generals. We have active duty people. We got guys from the Navy, from the Air Force, from the Army. No one from Space Force yet. We got Marines in there. There's so much knowledge. There's so much knowledge. One of the guys hit me up and they're like, hey, I got this opportunity in the insurance business, thinking about moving across the country. I'm going to move my whole family. Do you know if there's anyone who knows anything about this opportunity? So I took that information, right? Because that's outside of my wheelhouse. I'm a comedian. I'm in entertainment and I'm an air traffic controller. I know aviation, but I don't know anything about this. I took that. I dropped that into a chat that we have with all of our generals. All of our generals are in one chat, and then they have their own cities as well. So we're all about sharing information. I said, hey, does anyone know anything about this? And I just posted, copy, pasted, put it in there. And one of our generals is like, yes, I know everything about that. Have that guy hit me up ASAP. So I said, okay, no problem. I posted, shared the information. Those guys had a long conversation. And it turned out that the job wasn't what the guy thought it was going to be. Our general knew about that. He was like, nah, man, this is what this is. And he ran it all down. And the guy was so grateful. The original member who asked for the help, he was like, bro, he saved me. I would have lost so much money moving across the country, bringing my family across the country, doing this job, which was basically, I'm not saying it was a scam, but they weren't selling what it was day to day. Everybody's going to tell you, oh, just do this. Be like one of our 0.5 percenters. Like, bro, no. Tell me about the rest. What is this like daily? And it was like, yeah, man, most people, they don't hack it. They just can't do it. Don't make this move. So that's just an example of how this network operates, right? And my thing is, I just want to help those men who want to be the best version of themselves. And I spend the majority of my time just trying to weird out the weirdos. There are a lot of weirdos out here, which is going to lead to our conversation. There are a lot of guys out here who just don't understand how the world works. They just don't get it. And they're weird, bro. And I'm here to remove the true weirdos, the guys who are problem children. We don't have many. We've only had to remove a handful. We have about 750 verified members, and verified means they've gone through our process where I've reached out to them. We've had conversations. They had, you have to do a video call. We ask you some questions. And once we see that, all right, you're a real one, then we'll send you a link to join your city, and then you're good. So we've only had a couple people that we weren't comfortable, moving to the city group. And then of the guys who joined our current groups, we've only had a handful of guys that we had to remove. Just because they're just weird. They're just weird. And weirdos can get you in trouble. Because what happens is these guys get amped up over the smallest things. Next thing you know, they're going out, getting them things, and they're getting together talking about, we're going to take the country back. We're going to change the world. And, they go out and do something stupid and they get arrested by the federal agents. And then they realize the very people who were amping them up and hyping them up to do this, commit this crime, were the feds themselves. I'm certain we got federal agents right in our city groups. I'm certain, and they're welcome. I'm glad they're there. I want them to be there so they can see like, nah, these men are just helping men. They ain't doing anything crazy. And if they can find some weirdo who's like, I'm going to go get my pew, 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 and I'm going to go out here and do something stupid. I'm going to go kidnap the governor of the state like them dummies did in Michigan a couple years back. We don't want them, right? We don't want them. Last thing I want is my picture up on some sort of pyramid board with Myron the Fresh above me, and then all the people under us. We ain't doing nothing illegal. We are just here to help men. So that was my spiel. I went long on that. Sorry, guys. That was my long spiel on the Castle Club city groups. So if you're interested, you want to be a part of that, man, all you have to do is join Castle Club. I will have a link tomorrow so you guys can join it. And then once you're in Castle Club, we'll get you into the city groups. You know what I mean? Casual Germs, like one day I'm gonna make it to one of those events, man. You need to, bro. They off the off the chain. IRS is like, Wiley is a solid guy for me for sure. IRS, man, what were you wearing, bro? I can't, because y'all got these so many names. I got y'all real names. I got y'all street names. I got y'all Instagram names. Y'all got your Telegram name, man. Y'all got y'all YouTube names, bro. IRS, man, what was you wearing, bro? What was you wearing? Did you get a picture of me? Send me the picture. Post the picture. Man, brother Casual Jones, yeah, haters are gonna hate, man. A lot, like I said, man, them boys are making a lot of money. I've been preaching making a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Hating. You can't even call Ivan Preach goons, bro, because they ain't tough like that, bro. I always thought that goons were like thugs, like hitters, street guys. Ivan Preach ain't nowhere near that, bro. Them two little bitty dudes, man, in real life. Brother Pitney in the building. What's good, man? Mr. Pitney, like, you started the stream early. What's up? Yeah, I had to, man. I think I'm gonna start these streams at 5 o'clock moving forward. I think I'm gonna go with 5, guys. We're gonna go 5 o'clock Monday, Monday through Thursday. Because my daughter is in high school now, her schedule kind of changed a little bit. So I think 5 o'clock works. And then of course Fridays we got football games. She's in the band. She's my favorite musician on the planet right now. Nandy Bushell was number 2, but my daughter is number 1. Yeah, I mean, I hope you didn't. What you looking at? No, I ain't talking about you. Cover your ears, earmuffs. You are my favorite trombone player, but you need to practice more. My little girl down there looking at me. That's my baby. I love her so much. Sister Michelle, you know what it is. Yeah, the kids are back in school. Let's get back to business. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. We got brother John. Hey, we got Matchmaker in the building. What's good, fam? Man, I did not see you on the boat, man. You probably was tied up, man. I didn't see you out there, bro. And that was another thing too. That event, the night started on that party ship, and then it moved to South Beach at this nightclub called Vendome. It was one of the most popular nightclubs in South Beach, right now. Like we were in, like that's one of the spots that we've been to before. Man, it was popping in there, and then we went to an after hours after that. It was a long night for those who made it all the way to the end. Yeah, Dr. B is in there. We do have everything in Castle Club, literally. And here's the thing. This brother right here, he's a real doctor. That's not just his handle. He's a real doctor, right? We had a guy that was suffering from some condition. I think it was a heart condition or something like this. And this was on a Zoom call. We're on one of the Zoom calls, and this kid calls in, and he's suffering. He was like, still trying to stay in the gym, but I'm like real short of breath. Myron, what should I do? Myron was like, first of all, you should be doing whatever your doctors tell you to do. If you ain't supposed to be exerting yourself like that, don't do it. What is your condition? And he's talking about it. And Myron was like, hey, is Dr. B on the call? And there he is, right there, one of our OGs. And he's like, yeah. And they were able, shout out to you, bro. And Dr. B was able to reach out to some colleagues who were in the area where this kid was, who happened to specialize in whatever this kid was suffering from. They were able to put him in touch with specialists who were close to him to help him with his condition, man. I don't know how that story ended, but I know the guy went to those specialists and is currently, I assume getting treatment and all that because Dr. B is a member of Castle Club and was able to help, not just willing to help, but willing and able to help. Say what you want about Fresh and Fit. Say what you want about that. But when it comes to helping men, they really want to help men. They really want to help men, bro. And I'm seeing it all the time. They really want to help men. Y'all don't see this because you're not on the Zoom calls. You're not in Castle Club. All people hear about is the Frank Castles and the crazy conversations with women and stuff like that, bro. But y'all don't see what's going on behind the scenes, man. Y'all don't see how much value is out there and how Myron Fresh, myself, Justin, the Tates, Rolo Tomasi, Michael Certain, Rich Cooper, Coach Greg Adams, Donovan Sharp, and all the rest of them. At the end of the day, they really want to help men. They really do. Justin didn't turn away nobody. Men were walking up and asking questions, man. He didn't turn away nobody. He was sitting there helping these guys with anything that he can help them with. And I shook his hand. I said, man, that's very noble of you, bro, because you ain't got to do it. And I know someone who went to college with this man, played football with him. So I know about him. And I'm like, hey, man, I just want, I met him a couple times. I was like, nah, bro, for real. I really wanted to, tell you how much I respect you, bro, because I'm watching it. There was a dude, one of our dudes went up to him And it was funny because he's, one of our VIPs, me, Castle Cub. He's one of the young dudes doing his thing, had on a t-shirt and some shorts. It was hot, y'all. It was hot. I was dressed up. I like to dress up nice. Woo, boy, it was warm. It wasn't even that hot for South Florida, especially this time of year. It's supposed to be worse, but that aside, like this brother had on his t-shirt and his shorts, and he saw Justin. He was real quiet, and he waited for his moment. He went up, shook Justin's hand. He told him, he was like, I turned my life around because of you. And Justin was like, yeah, and he wanted to hear his story, and they were chopping it up for a minute. He got his picture and everything with Justin. He was like, bro, I was doing nothing with my life, out of shape, literally on the couch, wasting away. Man, and I saw your content. I don't know what video it was or what content he was talking about, but he saw something. And he was like, man, you spoke to me, man. And now I got my own business. I'm out here getting it. I'm in the gym. I'm working on my body. I'm reading. I'm learning. He's like, I wouldn't be doing this without you. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna take it a step further. I think this young brother was ready to, you know what I'm saying? I think he was at that point with his life. He was tired of being invisible, right? He was tired of being in the bottom 80. I think he was ready to give up. And then he saw Justin's video. I wasn't privy to their conversation because I wanted to give them space. I knew that this was serious for this man. I could see it in his eyes, man. His eyes were getting watery. He was real, like, man, he couldn't believe he was there because he wasn't scheduled to be there. He couldn't believe he was there. He was like, man, for me, it was worth it just to talk to him. Oh, yeah, whatever they want, whatever I paid was worth it just so I can say thank you to this man. That's what they doing over there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that I don't agree with. Right? That happens out there. There's some wildness out there. But this is why I'm there. Y'all know I've been rocking with these boys 3 years now. And this is what I see. This is the stuff I see behind the scenes. This is the stuff that means something to me. Right? And this is why I want to talk about men struggling, because that's an example right here. The kid in the t-shirt, man, he was struggling, bro. And it was someone like Justin who, whatever he said, for whatever reason, was able to bring him out of that rut. And now this young brother, man, he out there getting it. He's out there committed. He's getting it. Young man, he's got his whole life ahead of him, bro. He's going to be one of the top tier guys. I guarantee it. Brother Donnie in the building. What's good, fam? I'm glad you came to show support, bro. I'm back. Summer's over. Kids are back in school. So I'm back to our normal regular programming. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go 5 o'clock moving forward. Monday through Fridays, we're gonna do 5 until 7 or whenever, 5 until whenever. But we're gonna do 5 o'clock. Just because of the schedule, the way it is now, I can get started at 5 versus 6. Picking up my daughter and everything. And as a brother matchmaker's like, yeah, he's like, my funds are going towards rent, one step back, many steps further. Hey man, I'll be back, bro. I ain't mad at you. Fam. Do what you got to do. This is what it's all about. Priorities, man. Priorities. I was talking to my daughter about it. This is Shaw's in the building. What's good, fam? Glad you're here, man. It's great to be seen, man. We're happy we made it. We made it through another summer, bro. It is what it is. And yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, bro, being able to help some of these guys is just an amazing feeling. I've done a lot of things and I've seen a lot of things. I've done a lot of good. I've done a lot of bad. But being able to help these young men and some old men, I ain't gonna lie to you, guys be coming up to me. I'm sitting around just minding my own business, and folks would be like, excuse me, are you DL Saint? I'm like, yeah, what's good, man? They just, oh, what's good, bro? Yo, can I get a picture? Like, yeah, absolutely, man. What's up? Where we at? You know what I'm saying? We chopping it up and everything. And I mean, I love it. I love it. I love it when guys tell me like, hey man, I saw this video, or, I saw you called in, or I read the super chat that you sent in, and bro, that just resonated with me, bro. I was able to get up. I saw that motivated me, man, because you did it, and you sound like you from where I'm from, bro. And we like, where you from? We'll talk about it. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, if I could do it, you could do it, player. You just gonna have to, stay hard, stay out of trouble as best you can, and I mean, I love that. And there's so many people that I'm meeting now, bro. It's crazy. I got a really good memory, and I don't forget faces. But boy, oh boy, like it's people walk up and it's like, oh, we did a video call, or you know what I mean? We did a StreamYard, or we did it, and I'm like, oh, okay. So when y'all see me in the real world, remind me. Remind me, y'all know I'm old. Come on, I'm gonna need a little bit of help. Remind me, like, yo, I know you from this. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yeah, man, and man, look, and brother Shaw, bro, it is good to see you, man. Like that's the brother right there. Y'all should be going over there and subscribing to brother Shaw's podcast, man, because he puts out some of the best information on the family court system. He covers some really good stuff, man. He's talking to all the big people. I know he did. He had Pearl Davis not too long ago. Great interview, man. He's moving up, bro. I'm telling you, I think he's going to be one of the standout guys in the Mantle Swamp moving forward, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing, brother Shaw. You know what I mean? And brother Matchmaker, this guy right here, this guy, man, you want to talk about excitement, you know what I'm saying? Pushing, you know me, full of energy. That's the guy. We're gonna have we're gonna do an episode here. He's gonna bring on some women. We're gonna talk about dating dynamics and what women are looking for from men and what men, you know, typically look for women. We're gonna do that right here on this platform. He's in transition right now. He's kind of moving into the Miami area. So once he gets everything established and he gets back, you know, on his feet, is on. He was like, Couch Club Miami is going on a Zoom call at 7. I might be able to make that. I'm not sure, bro, because I have to do some stuff after this, but I'll try. I'll try to get there. All right, brother Pablo Chicano in the building. What's good, fam? Checking in from the West Coast. Yeah, man. I was on there, bro. If you watch that in real life, that episode, that IRL stream, I was on there. Myron was talking to me. We were talking about Castle Club. We were talking about the stuff that I just talked about, the networking aspect of it. I mean, it was good times, bro. It was good time. And brother Pablo was like, how about the men who are comfortable with their lives? Is there anything else for us? Remember, I'm a disabled guy. The thing with, you know, our lives, most men aren't comfortable with their lives. See, us older guys, and, you know, we've been around, like, we're comfortable, most of us. We know what we've done, and we're happy with what we accomplished or not. For those who aren't, they're still working on what they're working on. So when I speak about a lot of this stuff and a lot of this men's struggles, I'm not talking to those guys who kind of figured it out. I'm talking to the guys who have not figured it out. I'm talking to the guys who are, you know, sending all this money to the OF or whatever. Like, you know, Ivan Preach was saying, oh, you're saying these OF girls are horrible, don't send no money, but the Fresh and Fit platform is charging these guys a bunch of money to be on this boat, you know, to be on this party. Like, yeah, the money isn't for the girls, homie. The money is for the networking opportunity. That's what it is. And yeah, these guys want to party. So where did those women come from? Right? Again, Albert Preacher saying, well, Myron brought all these women. Myron. That ain't about Myron, bro. And for him to be hollering Myron's name so much, bro, and yet refuse to step into the ring with the man, that's so cowardly. But hey, it is what it is, man. A coward has to die 1,000 deaths, bro. A warrior, only one. So, but here's the thing. Myron and Fresh, they didn't go reach out to these girls and ask them to come on a boat. They hired people to go source those women for them. And you're gonna have to have women at the party. You cannot have a party where it's just all dudes. No one's gonna want to go to a Sasha's Fest, bro. Not even the guys who want to pay to get on a boat. So you're gonna want the ratio to be 2-to-1, if not more. Right? And the women who were on a boat, there were a lot of women. It had to be at least 2-to-1, and maybe 3-to-1. There's so much footage out there. Like all the women were sitting down and they were fanning themselves. Like, yeah, it was hot. It was hot on that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was upstairs. I was all the way upstairs on the upper deck, which was outside. And I was up there like, it's a little breeze. The boat was moving. I'm like, whoo. I only went downstairs a couple times and I came right back up. But there were women everywhere. There were women walking around in bikinis. It was like 3 girls. I think it was 2, maybe 3 girls walking around in bikinis. No one asked them to do that. They did that on their own. You had girls walking around. Every time they saw the camera, they started twerking. No one asked them to do that. In fact, the cameraman was trying to avoid them. Them women were chasing the cameras around the boat just so they can twerk. Why? Because they wanted attention. So this is how the world works, right? So when Albert is saying what he's saying, I mean, he sounds like either a complete hater at the highest degree or a complete idiot. Like he just don't know how the world works. And, you know, I can't say that things are that different in Canada because they're not. We have Canadians in Castle Club. Men in Canada just like the men down here in America. So that dude, you know, Albert is just, you know what I'm saying, weirdo. It is what it is. So yeah, man, for the brother Pablo, for the guys who are cool with their life, You just got to stay cool with your life. And we just encourage us guys who are cool with our lives and the older guys, we just encourage them to pass on that wisdom to the younger dudes and to the dudes who are struggling, right? That's what we do. I mean, we can always improve our positions, but you just have to do what works for you. And the whole point of the Fresh and Fit platform, especially like Myron's standpoint, is he wants to give men this knowledge and tell them these uncomfortable truths so they can decide what they want to do and how they're going to move forward. Most dudes get into situations that they don't control. They're just along for the ride, and they have no idea what they've gotten themselves into until it's too late. So that's what this is all about. That's what the network is all about. Hey, I got a problem with this girl. We just first date and she wants me to take her to Shea expensive as hell, you know what I mean, for $1,000 dinner. Should I do it? Like, absolutely not. Don't do that. Right? Don't do that. Hey, my girl is mad at me because I forgot to bring flowers on National Flowers Day and she's not speaking to me. All right, dump her. Because she's giving you that kind of problem, bro. These problems only going to get worse as y'all go along. And if you're not going to dump her, then don't talk to us about your issues, bro. This is what men are saying to men. Like, just keeping it 100. Either get rid of her and find your woman who is on board with your plans, with your program. Otherwise, if you're going to keep this woman right here, then you got what you got, man. Don't come crying to me about it. I already told you to get rid of her. I met this girl in the strip club and I don't understand why she won't commit, because she's a stripper, homie. So, Brother Pablo, what we need to do is just pass on that knowledge as we get it. You know what I mean? And it is really good to help those people. Sister Rosalia's in the building. What's good, sis? You know what I mean? Men to Heal, a therapist, Men to Heal. He would be a good resource for you. I don't know. I'll look him up. Men to Heal. That sounds like I don't know. I don't know if that sounds. I gotta see him though. You know, we can't. I shouldn't judge the book by its cover, right? I shouldn't judge the man on his titles. I'm gonna check him out. Appreciate that, sis. Of course, man. You're welcome, bro. Shout out to you, man. You working hard, brother. Chris Smokey had in the building. What's good, fam? Good evening to you, bro. Yeah, it's been a long time, man. We've been busy. Like I said, it was summertime now. Summer's over. I'm back to my normal schedule, and I appreciate you dropping in to show some love, man. I appreciate you, bro. Alpha Ray Inc. What's good, man? Abba is not a man. Hey, bro. He's hey, bro. It takes all types, bro. It takes all types, man. But again, I think at the end of the day, they do what they do over there on that platform. I'm talking about Auburn Preach for the money, right? They talk about Fresh and Fit for the money. I don't generally talk about people or platforms that I don't rock with or I don't support. And the only reason I'm talking about these guys is because of what they did. But that's how they make their money, bro. And one of my sayings is, you know, I don't knock anybody's hustle, which is true. I really don't knock anyone's hustle, but I can comment on it, bro. Like I ain't trying to get my money like that, man, because all money ain't good money. But they have millions of people over there who hate the manosphere, the mano swamp, whatever you want to call it. They hate those people out there who are trying to help other men. It is what it is. It is what it is. They hate them. Hey, all right, cool. And they're out there. You know what I mean? So we're here to help men. And if we can help men navigate this, you know, lonely, you know, sexless, jobless thing, if we can help men turn it around, it's only going to help the country get better. Simple as that. And one thing I'll say about dating in particular, dating is messed up right now, bro. It's really bad. The women on the boat, like I was shocked at what they were doing for attention. Shocked. And the stuff that I was hearing. And here's the thing. Women who are going out, women who are getting it like this, they going to do what they going to do, man. Don't hate the players. I don't hate them for playing the game, but the game is jacked up. And look, these women were about it. They moving like guys. It's been a shift, the social shift. It's okay for women to be trashy. In fact, they are encouraged to be trashy. I saw a couple very elegant looking women, maybe 5 on the boat that night, maybe 5. I didn't speak to any of them, right? And 3 of those women that I thought were pretty elegant looking or whatever, they were with their boyfriends. So their boyfriends or some dude that they was with on the boat. They weren't interacting. They weren't trying to get attention. They weren't running around with their butt out and tattoos everywhere and getting drunk and all that, bending over. They weren't doing any of that, right? They weren't. Myron's girlfriend was on the bone. Angie, she's very elegant, right? She was there just doing her thing, very elegant, staying, she was helping with the platform, but you know, it was like, just like I said, maybe 5 women. The rest of them, bro, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And the tattoos, the piercings, the clothes, the way that they were, acting, it was, I was not encouraged, right? All the women that I saw Saturday night that was on that boat, it was with us from the time we got on that ship until the time we left for the night, until the time the party was over, which was like at 5:30 in the morning. All those women were trying to have sex. And most of them, I ain't gonna say most, but there were a handful that I saw that was getting it in. They was able to get their smash on. And I saw it. And who were they trying to smash? They were trying to smash the dudes with all the game, the F boys. Right. One of the women was talking to me. We were on a bus going from the ship to the nightclub, telling me how she's done with men. Men are no good. Like, I just don't mess with Miami men are no good. I'm done with men and blah, blah, blah. All that stuff, right? Very, very, very lovely woman, originally from Colombia, living in America, pretty. She's with her friend who was pretty. I saw those same 2 women 3 hours later, about to go home with these guys they just met. 2 F boys. The very dudes that she said she was done with, she going home with. And this is what we try to tell these guys. Pay attention to the game. Pay attention. Don't just run out here and try to holler at these chicks. Sit down and watch. And most of the dudes were watching. A lot of the dudes were sitting around paying attention. And they're like, oh, okay, I see it. They're starting to understand how the game works. Like, pay attention. One of the guys was like, man, these women never talk to no guys. They just sit around and blah, blah. They just wait for the guys to talk to them. I'm like, nah, these women shoot their shot all the time. No, they don't. I've never seen that. I'm like, word? Because it's going on right in front of you. He's like, what do you mean? Look at them women over there trying to talk to Justin. They've been eyeing him since he got on this damn boat. They have been following him everywhere he went on his boat. And now when they realize he ain't going to say nothing to him, they're over there trying to talk to him. And these 2 women used 2 dudes to walk them over there. Right? The guys came up, hey, Justin, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. The guys walked away. The girls just stood there. So, how you doing? I mean, hi, my name is Susie, whatever they were saying. And Justin just, being a G, was like, hey, nice talking to you. And he left. And they followed him everywhere that day on that boat. Everywhere I saw Justin, I saw those girls in his orbit somewhere. You see, guys, I tell y'all all the time, if a woman wants you, she will put herself in your orbit. If she wants you bad enough, you don't say nothing, she will find a way to say something to you. And I'm pointing this out to dude, like, you see that? That happens all the time. That can happen to you. You just have to become the best version of yourself, bro. You need that confidence. Once you have that, women gonna come holler at you. He was just sitting there shaking his head like, bro, what's going on all over this boat? Like, start paying attention. Watch the game, right? It's unfolding in front of you, bro. Watch the game. Like, it is what it is. Brother Pitney, he's like, when I saw women twerking on stream, I said to myself, gentlemen, these are your future wives, bro. I would say most of the dudes on that boat were there to network. If I had to make up a percentage, I would say 80% of the guys on that boat were there to network. They really weren't paying attention to the chicks. Now, you have guys who know how to talk to women. You're always going to have your top tier men, and there were quite a few of them out there. You know what I mean? They were talking, they were hollering, they were doing their thing, but they were looking for something for tonight, something for the weekend. They weren't looking for a wife. They were doing their thing. But the vast majority of dudes were just there to network. And there was a lot of networking going on, right? A lot of networking going on. So, I think it worked out pretty good. But, bro, yeah, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's always going to be a knucklehead who would fall for one of these women, and all the women who were twerking. Every woman I saw on that IRL stream, which I just watched yesterday when I got home, every woman on that IRL stream that was twerking went to the club. Every last one of them was in the club. And then a third of those girls who made it to the club wound up going to the after hours joint. They were on a hunt just like men were on a hunt. When I came up, men would be on a hunt like that, trying to come up on the chick, trying to make it happen. They were trying to make it happen. Like even my old ass, this was one of the young girls was popping at me. And I'm like, she lived too far away. I'm like, I'm going literally the opposite direction. She's going that way. I'm going this way. And I'm like, you more than welcome to come with me. But I mean, I'm not going your way, shorty. I'm not going to get nothing to eat. You want to come back to the telly, you're more than welcome to come back to the telly. And the only reason she didn't come is because of her friend. She had her friend with her. She was like, I would. She's like, well, when are you going to come back down? Like, don't worry, I'll hit you up. She was fine. She was a young girl trying to get it. One of those, modern day woman, boss babe, feminist. She was about it, bro. She's ready to get it. Ready to get it. So I'm like, all right, next time then, bye. Like I jumped in the whip and was gone. So these are the things that guys don't understand. They got to watch the game. They just don't see how it unfolds. Casual germs, that right there, we all see it. It's like they may not speak, but they will position themselves near the guy they're interested in. Yep, we're talking about women who are interested in you. They will put themselves in your orbit, man. Think of Jupiter, think of Saturn, and think of all of the moons, all the satellites that are going around those gas giants. As a man, you want to become the gas giant. You become the gas giant, you're going to get all those moons, bro. Right? Those are all women trying to get at you. They're all going to put themselves in your orbit. But you won't see it if you're not up on game. You got to be up on game. Brother Jack Black and I were out months ago, and he got to see a situation unfold with some woman put herself in my orbit, let it be known she wanted to do something. He couldn't believe it. He was like, wait, you don't know her? Like, man, I never seen that woman before a day in my life. No idea. But isn't that her boyfriend? Like, probably could be her husband. Who knows? But she was ready to get it in. Right then, she was ready. All I had to do was say, come on, let's get out of here. She was ready. Brother Jack got to see that with his own eyes. I'm like, bro, this is how women get down, bro. I'm sorry. Every woman I've ever been with, bro, I would making up numbers here. I would say 75% of the women that I've all messed with, when I smashed them, when I met them, all were in relationships. If they weren't married, they were in long-term relationships or had boyfriends they was dealing with. When I came along, we did what we did, and they went back to their boyfriends after. Why? Because they knew I wasn't trying to settle down. Right? These are the quote-unquote good girls. At least they kept it in the closet. No one knew. I knew. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't gonna point her up and like, yeah, she the one I smashed that. I ain't doing all that. Plus, we didn't have social media back then. You know what I mean? Yeah, them girls in bikinis, man. They came with the bikinis, man. And I think today's young woman wants attention more than anything else, bro. And there's no more shame. There's no more shame. So if there's no shame, you can do whatever you want to do. So what they do is they're wearing see-through clothing anyway. So what they do is they just put bikinis on underneath the see-through clothing, and they can pull their skirts up or dresses off or take them off like them girls did. They just took them off and then they put them back on. So it was just for attention. I think it was 3 girls walking around with bikinis on. And it was, probably a third of the women there had see-through stuff on. This is what we're dealing with now. This is what we're dealing with. And guys are getting involved with these women, and they're calling them queens, and they're putting them on pedestals. It's like, bro, you have to do a better job of vetting. You are putting yourself at risk messing with this type of woman. You're putting yourself at risk. But they don't want, that's work. They don't want to do the hard work. Yeah, you say the Mexican, brother Casual Germs, like the Mexican kid's been up on games since childhood. Bro, I've been up on games since I was a youngin'. And most people who come from the streets, the barrio, the trailer park, they get up on game. Those guys who care to do the work. But most men, they just can't do the work, bro. So, and the thing with today's society, especially when it comes to men, you do have people coming out of single households, which really hurts. They say, kids who come out of single mother homes have a really hard time making it in society. And then the kids who come out of a single father home, it's not as bad, but it's still, they still have a hard time, adjusting to society. You know, we're living in a world, like I said before, there's no shame. You know, masculinity is kind of like a bad word now. Men don't have men. Like these young boys are raised without men, so they don't know how to be men. I was talking to Jay Swans today about this. He was like, how is it these guys idolize other men? They be running out here fanboying and all this kind of stuff. He was like, doesn't that feel bad to them? I mean, that's the equivalent to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the equivalent to, I can't say what I want to say because YouTube would definitely shut it down, but y'all get it. Y'all get what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? We used to call this riding. Like, you riding that dude. You riding that dude's thing. You know what I'm saying? You riding him. I'm like, yeah, but we were taught that when we were young. We were taught that. That's why it feels bad to us. It's like, how can a dude do that, bro? You coming off like a little punk. How can you live like that? To us, that's disgusting. But I'm like, what if you never had anybody tell you that? No one ever squared you away. No one ever told you, don't do that. That's not how men move. Don't do that. Don't let him. I can tell you so many stories of somebody, man, don't let dude punk you, man. You better go over there and take care of that, bro. You know what I mean? So many times. You took care of it because your people was making you. Your parents will make you. Mom, like, you ain't running, man. Go out there and deal with that. You better take your butt out there. Go deal with that. Go get your bike back. You better go get your whatever they took back. I mean, it sucks. And then when you do run from it, like I can remember when I was, 10, 11, something went down, man. Some big kids ran up on us, man. Something went down. And to this day, I'm salty because I ran away. They were big kids. I ran away. They got us. You know what I'm saying? They got us for some food stamps, man. They robbed us. You know what I mean? Straight up. But to this day, I swear to God, if I see that guy, right, it's like, I want to finish that. Swear to God, I want to finish that. Why? Because we was raised that way. I knew I was wrong, but now no one's wrong for anything. You're not wrong for being a coward. You're not shamed for being a punk. Right? You're not shamed for, from running away from a fight. We just get shamed for that, bro. Like, people wouldn't let you kick it with them. Like, nah, man, stay away from me. You were the weirdo if you couldn't stand on your square. You the weirdo. Going over there with them other weirdos, bro. Going over there doing little punks, man. Get up out of here. That's how we were raised. Right? That's how we were raised. And today's man, they're not getting that. They're not getting it. We live in a society where they tell you violence is not the answer. But then we'll send $100 billion worth of weapons to some country so they could be violent to somebody else. You know what I mean? Right, wrong, or indifferent. Like we'll tell you, violence isn't the answer till you get in the United States military and you see how violent we really are, which I'm cool with. I mean, I ain't got no problem with that. But let's change the narrative. Right? We're coddling these little boys. That guy who took the shot, who fired at and tried to assassinate the former president. Right? That's a weirdo. That guy would not have been on that roof if he had friends in his life, if he had meaning in his life, if he had a girlfriend, he would not have been on that roof. I'm willing to bet anything on it. That little boy would not have been on that roof if he had his both parents. If his parents were, I guarantee his parents were timeout parents, talking about don't do this and no, bulldozing stuff out the way. Let me handle that for you. They never gave that poor, that kid an opportunity to learn how the world really works. And he wound up on that roof. Right? That's a problem. And I think that's something we can fix. We can fix as a society if we just have networks in place and we have groups in place that we can help these young men. And like I said, the city groups and Castle Club, the city groups, that's what we're doing. We're just trying to help young men. Right? I tell the generals all the time, let's try to keep these guys around. We can't help them if we kick them out. But, unfortunately, we lost a few. They weren't quite ready for what we have to offer. There's so many people out here now, Discord is their life. Discord. Like, nah, man. How about you say all that stuff that you saying on Discord in real life? Come on out. We going out. Let's hear what you got to say. Say it to our faces. And people watch what they say when folks are standing there. They watch what they say because every man knows, even the guys who ain't never came from that life, they know, like, if I say the wrong thing, man, this dude might touch me. This dude might grab me right here. He might beat my ass. So let me be polite. Let me be honorable. Now, if it comes down to it and we got to stand, you know what I mean? We got to stand, square up, and we got to square up. But the stuff that they say on Discord, the stuff that they say on the computers, the stuff that they say in these chats, they wouldn't say it in real life. Now, if you're looking at the dude, you ain't gonna say that in real life. Men aren't being taught this. These young dudes need to be taught this. Young boys aren't being encouraged to play sports. We need to play sports. The young boys can't climb trees anymore for fear they might get hurt because mom is smothering him. Oh, no, I don't want Bobby to get hurt. Little boy's supposed to get hurt. You're supposed to get scrapes and cuts and bruises. You're supposed to knock a tooth out every now and then. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to break something. That's what little boys do. Little boys and little girls are different. Little boys got to get out there and get this energy out. They got to run around. They got to do all that. Right? Little boys need to learn how to be socially accepted and move in social situations where women is innate and girls can just figure it out. Go be around little girls. Around little girls, they can tell when a weirdo shows up. The weirdo don't need to have a van. You don't be offering candy. Hey, you want some candy, little girl? Nah. As soon as a weirdo walk up, them little girls be looking like, that's a weirdo. They start walking away. They start getting their friend. Get over here. Get over here. He weird. And what they'll go over to a grown up, just a regular grown up. They'll go over to Mia's dad, or they'll go over to Bobby's mom, or they'll go, you know what I mean? They'll go to the regular people because they see the weirdo. Little boys don't know the difference. They just do. They have no idea. We just ain't wired like that. And we lost that. We lost it. Right? So there's a video I want us to check out. I haven't watched this whole thing. Only watched a couple seconds of it. And it's a guy, The Scary Rise of Empty, Lonely Men. Let's check this out for a little bit. Here we go.
When I was 17 years old, I would wander the streets at night completely alone. I felt hazy, tired, numb, and depressed most of my waking hours. At school, I felt incredibly socially anxious to speak to most people, most of all girls, and I felt more isolated from everyone I spoke to with each passing day. So as the nights passed from summer into autumn then winter, I retreated more into myself as I tried to piece together why I felt so emotionally numb and sad most of the time. And at that time I began reading and getting into self-development, which only further isolated me from all of my friends who I grew up with. Friends who I loved being around and they loved being around me, but friends who all of these self-help books were telling me I shouldn't be hanging around with anymore because they weren't ambitious and they didn't have direction in their life. So I spent most weekends.
So don't hang around your friends because they're not ambitious. They don't have direction in their life. None of us had that coming up, man. We were kids, man. Our ambition was to go outside and play. Our direction was just, let's go see what's over there. Let's go explore. Let's climb that tree. Let's play hide and seek. Let's go into that abandoned house, which we shouldn't have, but we used to go into abandoned homes all the time. Then become a teenager. Like this guy right here, they're like, well, he's telling his story, but it doesn't sound weird to me. I mean, you're going to be awkward at first. You come up, you're going to be awkward. I had cousins that brought me up. I had cousins that would take me out and show me their friends. And then I would make my own friends. And then I had my own little clique or whatever. We was doing our thing. But there were people in our lives that were teaching us stuff. Don't do this, do that. We're outside together. Free range children. That's what we were, bro. Free ranging. Brother Pablo. Yeah, that girl right there, the one you're talking about in the bikini. Yeah, bro. She was at the nightclub after. Yeah, she was around till about 2 a.m, just trying to get attention, bro. She was trying her best to get attention. It was what it was. But back to the video, man. What dude's saying right here, most of us were like that.
Alone. And I remember I would fear the school holidays coming around where we would be off school for a week or a few weeks at a time, because that meant that I would have the whole house self, which is weird because you'd think that would be a teenage boy's dream, right? But it was in those moments I'd feel most alone because it meant all of my other family members were out at work. So this continued until I reached my lowest point. One day, after I spent the night before crying my eyes out to one of my best friends on the phone, I woke up to the sound of my alarm. Again, I felt heavy, weak and depressed as I started to get ready to go to school. I remember the weather was freezing cold because it was winter and I was wearing a checkered shirt. My hair was all over the place because I used to have really long hair back then, and I can't even remember if I took a shower that morning. I had a PE class first thing in the morning, and I remember remember I sat at the back of that class trying to seem normal to my classmates, but I was so caught up in my own head and so emotionally torn with how lonely and isolated I felt inside that, again, I was on the verge of tears. Tears about what? I didn't know.
Now this brother has an accent, so I'm guessing he's from UK. Could be Australian, but I don't think so. And it's a different world, but at the same time, they do have guys. You know, you got the nerds, you got the dweebs or whatever, then you got the cool kids, you got the jocks and all that. This guy was one of the weirdo kids. It sounds like. Why was he alone? Why was he weird? He was socially awkward. He just didn't know how to make friends. It sounds like to me. He just didn't know how to make friends. And it's like, oh, we're out for the summer. I got the house to myself, bro. I was everywhere, man. I'd leave the house. I was a latchkey kid. So I had to come home from school, had my key around my neck, to take my key and let myself in. But by the time I got to middle school, bro, I was gone. I had friends. Man, I was just, my thing was, let me get home before my mom. And my mom didn't come home until like 1 a.m. She was working the second shift. She would work until late. So I would like, let me hurry up and get home before her. Sometimes I would just beat her by like a couple minutes. I just barely got into the house before her, jump under the covers and, act like I'm asleep. And when she goes in her room, I can take off my clothes and put on my pajamas. So, and then it got to a point where I just didn't even care. By the time I got to high school, like, bro, my parents didn't know where I was. But I came up in a different world. We saw the kids like this guy right here. We saw them. We knew who they were. But they were invisible to us. Like when we was acknowledged as another human there, but that's the guy, that's food, bro. We moving like a pack of wolves, and that dude's a sheep. You know what I mean? Go run his pocket. Why? I'm gonna run his pockets because when I was little and vulnerable, somebody ran my pockets, right? It's a vicious cycle. But you better stay in the house, bro. Don't come outside, man, because it's just predators out here. You better be ready. But I had a click. Those people who, those people who were invisible as kids, I can only imagine how hard that had to be. He's sitting in a classroom full of people crying. He's like, man, I don't even know why I'm crying. I'm just so alone. Like, to be alone, to feel that way, and yet you're surrounded by a building full of people. Like you're in school and you're alone. That one friend probably he was seriously awkward and just didn't know how to move in school. That is sad.
All I knew is just I felt really lonely. So when that PE class ended, I remember I sprinted out of it, just ready to get the day over with. But my next class was philosophy, my favorite subject. But as soon as I walked into the classroom and sat down, I remember one of my friends looked me dead in the eyes and just asked, "Are you okay?" So I looked at him, shook my head, and just got straight back up and went straight home. The scariest feeling of all isn't the wrath of anger or the pain of heartbreak. It's the feeling of feeling nothing at all, being completely emotionally numb. If you resonate with this feeling, I bet you've become a master at responding to the question of, how are you? With fine, you, giving people the false impression that nothing's wrong with you. I see men in this emotionally numb position every single day of my life, on the internet and in my day-to-day life of being offline. Outside of YouTube, I do one-to-one coaching sessions with men where I just listen to them and I give them advice only if they need it. And more often than not, I can see the pain and numbness in their eyes, the pain of needing a hug, feeling connection, feeling a sense of purpose and feeling a sense of meaning, and as if they're valuable in the world and that they feel strong inside themselves. I heard
Bro, what he's saying makes sense. I see the same thing. I just attack it differently. We attack it from a whole different way. It's like, bro, you're gonna have to just, quit feeling sorry for yourself, man. Stand up, bro. Come on, get out here and get it, bro. That thing he said about needing a hug, that's real. I've told you guys, I remember the first hug I ever got from a girl. It changed my life forever. It really did. I was, 8th grade. I was in 8th grade. Kenya Martin. I'm walking down the hallway. She looked at me. She just, class was in. I got a hall pass. She had a hall pass. She was one of the cool kids. She sees me. I'm just walking. She walks up on me. I had never talked to Kenya prior to this. I mean, I was playing football and stuff, and I ran with the thugs, but I didn't run with her crew. She was one of the real cool kids. She's like, "Oh, you look like you need a hug." And she just gave me a hug. Changed my life. Now, you think about that. I was in middle school. That might have been in 7th grade. It was 7th or 8th grade. I think it was 8th grade. Changed my life. Changed my outlook. Now like I was one of those kids that I didn't want you touching me. But after that, I'm like, dapping up my homeboys, hugging all the girls. What's up, girl? Like that's when I started learning the game, started paying attention. Right. And here's the thing: what I didn't know, I know now, but I didn't know then. Kenya was just putting herself in my orbit. She knew who I was. She wanted me to know that she liked me. That's all that was. That's all that was. I didn't know it at the time, but that's all that was. Kenya thought I was cute. There was no one around, just me and her in the hallway. She took her shot. Right. And it goes back to these guys saying, no girls ever do that. No girls ever done that to me. Like, I bet she has. I bet you some girl has said or done something during your life. You just didn't know what was going on. You didn't know the game. So I focus on the game. Like what dude's saying, he just wants to let these guys know it's okay and you can work your way through it. Look, I made it through. You can make it through. These guys are out here, the invisible men of the world. Like, bro, they probably is just sick of life and they don't want to deal with it. And that can manifest in so many bad ways. Professor Scott Galloway talks about this all the time. Lonely, sexist men are dangerous, especially in America. They're dangerous. They got nothing to lose. And when they get to that point, they don't care anymore. They just want to go out in a blaze of glory. What happens? They climb on top of a roof, right? They get a rifle and they take some shots at the former president. And that's what happens. And how does that end? It always ends bad for the guy who's behind the rifle, right? So this is the kind of stuff that we need to continue to look at. I am the single one. On the Spot Live is in the building. Good to see you, sis. How you feeling? Good to have you with us. Let's continue.
A stat recently from Dr. K, the healthy gamer, that around 50% of men who commit suicide have shown no previous history of mental illness.
Yep.
And I think that's showing something. So if you're a man feeling this way right now, or if you know a man feeling this way, this video will give you some actionable things to use. Now I'm 24, it's easy to look back on all of the things I either was or wasn't doing at the age of 17, which was fueling the feeling of depression and isolation. I remember I would binge watch YouTube frequently, I was eating junk food, I would PMO, and I would frequently listen to sad music, which all further fanned the flames of my bad mental health. Regardless, here's what I would now tell 17-year-old Lewis if I had the chance. Hello, mate. Hi. You okay? Yeah? Come on, man. Are you okay? No.
We're going to finish watching this, but my thing is, if that was me, if I walked in there, what's up, man? Get your bitch ass up, man. Come on, let's go. We finna go hoop, or we about to go over here. We about to go over to AJ house, or we finna go over here to the next school over. We about to go over here and holler at some chicks. We about to go to the arcade. Y'all remember the arcades? Like we finna go, hey man, we finna go, we call it the game room. We finna go to the game room. Get your bitch ass up. That's what we would say. Right? That's what we would say. But the guys were just sitting around feeling sorry for themselves, man. We walk right by them. I know it sounds harsh, but that's why I'm trying to help now.
What's going on? I just feel really down. I can't be bothered to go to school. I feel like I've isolated myself from all of my friends, and I just feel really sad. Sad? Yeah. Everything just feels gloomy, and I want to speak to people about it, but I don't want to feel like I'm a burden.
You see that right there? I want to speak to people. I want some human contact. Well, go get it, bro. Go get it. You got associates, you got friends, you got people that you gamers, you're in these chats. And the thing is, people say what they want in these chats, but it's just overblown and not really getting the help that they need. They're just kind of letting off steam, so to speak, or whatever. But in the real world, it's like, man, you can go talk to somebody. Somebody. I've never come across people who are completely isolated, although I guess they're out there. I guess they're out there. And this is where your parents come into play too. I'm always asking my daughter about her friends. How many friends you got? She's like, oh, I know. I got a lot. Right? She's like, oh, so you're a cool kid. She's like, I guess. She goes to band practice. She has her friends online. Like, she's very active. She has her world, right? She has her thing going on. And I know because I ask my daughter all the time, what's going on? What's going on in your life? You know what I mean? Especially in school. I mean, this was the first day of school, but I'm pretty sure this week I'll ask her what's going on in your life. And then she'll start telling me stuff. Right. And if I'm talking to a child and that child doesn't have any friends. They don't know anyone's name. They're not getting invited to anything. They're not going to anything. As a parent, you're going to want to try to help with that. You don't want to bulldoze everything out the way. You certainly don't want to hover over them, but you want to figure out a way to get them some confidence, because that's where it starts. It's a lack of confidence. Let me get you some confidence. You know, as a parent, I might force that kid to be on the team. I'm going to make you be on a soccer team or tennis team or cross country. So I'm going to force you to get on a team. And that's going to force you to interact with folks. And that's going to lead to you forging relationships with others. And then we can talk later, because now you're going to have stuff to do. You bored? Are you lonely? Nah, I got this thing going on over here. They invited me to go to this or that. We're training. We're going to do some extra training because we got this important meet coming up. Something.
Well, luckily for you, I sparked up a conversation, didn't I? Look, let me ask you a question, which might seem a bit random, okay? Okay. When I say the words mental health, what do you think? Like people who have problems, psychos, for example. Okay. Well, whether we're a psycho or not, did you know that we all have to manage our mental health in some way? How? Well, you know how you take care of your physical health by exercising? Yeah. We can also do the same for our mental health, but by building good habits. Like what? Good sleep, talking to people, exercising, smiling. It's like a table, right? Let's call it the mental health table. Now, with one.
See, I don't move like that. That's too soft for me, guys. That's just too soft for me. Now, there's people who need this approach, but I'm not one of those guys. This is way too soft. But I do, like Charlamagne the Guy talks about mental health all the time. So if you're dealing with a person who kind of hip hop or whatever, kind of urban, I would just say, hey man, let's watch, I'll get some clips of Charlamagne talking about mental health, and then I'll get his book. Like, hey, have you read this book? Check out this book, man. Let me know what you think about it. Right? We could talk about it. But I'm just not soft like that. When guys come up to me, man, they get to talk to, I'm like, I'll tell them to sit up straight, man. Sit up straight when you're talking to me, bro. What's wrong with you, man? Matter of fact, stand up. Come on, man, stand up. What's going on? Tell me what it really is, man. Just me and you talking right here. Let me hear it. And then they feel confident, like, okay, man, well, look, man, I struggle. I can't talk to girls. I just can't. Why not? I'm just too afraid. Like, what you need to do is go over there right now and go say hi to that woman right there. Right there. Go over there and say hi. This is why we want people to come outside. She's not even going to say hi to me. She might walk away. She probably is going to walk away. Right? But that's fine. You need to go over there and fail. Go fail right now. Go over there. I'm waiting. Go over there and fail and come right back over here. I've done it a million times. The guys will come back and I'm like, yeah, see, it gets easier and easier. But what did you learn? Because I could talk to them about their approach. The reason she walked away from you so fast is because you walked over there, shoulders slumped over, head down. You barely going over there. First thing you said was you pointed to me. D.O. Saint told me to come say hi to you. God, that's a bitch move. And she was like, okay, hi, and walks away. And then the dude comes back. I'm like, all right, come back over here. I'm like, so now what I want you to do is, you see that girl over there? I want you to walk over there with your head up. I want you to walk right up to her. And I want you to compliment her nails. Say, hey, I just noticed you have some very lovely nails. Just wanted to tell you that. My name is so-and-so. Just say that. Right? And you see how you begin to build their confidence. They go do that. The girl gives them their name. They come back smiling. Yo, she didn't walk away that time. Like, nah, man. And she checking you out right now, bro. So now we got to talk about your fashion. We got to talk about your cologne game, right? All this stuff. Now we got to talk about these other things that you need to add so you can be successful in this game. And it is just a game. That's how I come at it. I can't do this stuff that he's doing is too soft for me. What would I tell my 17-year-old self? What I would tell my 17-year-old self, like, bro, stop breaking these laws, man. That's what I would say. Stop breaking these laws, player. You know what I mean? Quit taking them pistols with you. Stay out of trouble. Because I was out there doing all kind of craziness, man. But, a lot of people like, oh, you got to put the kid gloves on. You got to put on the mitts and you got to treat them all soft, man. I think that's the problem with our society right now. These men are too soft and we're treating them like little children, man. I think we need to add a little toughness to it. I think we need to show them some tough love. We got to get them out there on the football field. Let them get hit. Let them scrape their knees up. You know what I mean? I am shocked at how many men out here today that I run into, especially at these fresh and fit events, valuetainment events, these other events I've gone to. These dudes have never been punched in the mouth ever. Ever. Look on the spot. What, girl? What you mean? Why shaking your head, girl? Men need tough love too. I mean, they can't always have this softness. They can't always have that. They can't just be smothered in the feminine and not get any masculine. We need both. This is a problem, sis. This is a real problem. These dudes need to get punched in the mouth. They need to get into wrestling. They need to get into boxing or whatever. They need MMA, Taekwondo, Wing Chun, whatever. They need to get into combat sports. Men need this. Men need it. This is where the confidence comes from. My confidence came from being an accomplished saxophonist, right? I picked up the saxophone in 8th grade. So yeah, it was 8th grade when Kenya gave me a hug because I was playing the sax. So it was 8th grade. I was the best saxophone player in the school, and people knew me for it. And I played football, and I played baseball. So the jocks knew me, the thugs knew me because most of the thugs were playing sports back then. We played sports, and we was thugging, and I was a musician. Right. And that's when hip hop was really getting started. We was rapping and all that kind of stuff. We were doing all that. Guys started getting into dance, but my confidence came because I was good at something. How many times on this platform I'm telling these dudes, you got to be good at something. Be good at something. Like if you're really good at chess and you join the chess club, oh, you're just a nerd, but you're winning all city, all state, right? You're getting those, what is it, ELO number? What those numbers they give the chess people? Now you're competing at a national level. Now you're getting invited to international competition. Bro, there are articles about you. Your school is recognizing you. Like we have one of the best, we have one of the best chess players in the country. Right here is one of our students. Man, you kidding me? Yeah, bro. You're going to have some confidence, and girls are going to be drawn to that because you're good at something. Just like being good at football, baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey, swimming. Doesn't matter. You're good at something. And you're part of an organization and you're out there learning and you're working to get better. That confidence comes with that. Right? You're going to get friends, even if they just groupie friends. To this day, people come up to me who knew me from middle school and high school. They talk about that saxophone, bro, to this day. I was really known for that saxophone, right? To this day. I haven't picked up the sax in probably 25 years, bro. But to this day, back in Cincinnati, they know me for that sax. I could have gone to college, full scholarship. Could have gone to Central State, joined the Army. I could have gotten a partial scholarship from the Army. But I'm like, what kind of saxophone is? No. I'm airborne. What? Ain't gonna be some airborne musician. No. I want to be real airborne. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. But however you talk to these guys, I think it's important that we talk to them. We need to begin to look at and acknowledge these invisible men. They're everywhere. Justin Waller and I were talking about this on the ship. I was talking about invisible men. It's like, yeah, man, next time you go out with one of your girls and you go into a restaurant or wherever you go, ask them how many men did they see, right? Ladies, next time you go in somewhere, ask yourself, you walk into a place, you walk into, I don't know, a Cheesecake Factory, even though y'all say I don't want to go there. I don't go to Cheesecake Factory because the food is yucky. All right, I'm just going to keep it to you in. The desserts are bad too. Nah. But I will gladly go to Cheesecake Factory with some girl who says she won't go. I'll go. I'm going to Cheesecake Factory. And she's like, well, I guess I'll go. Like, matter of fact, you can meet me there because I ain't picking you up. You acting like this. And guess what? I'm going to order for her. Now, I'm ordering your food. If I'm paying for it, I'm ordering it. I just, I got a problem with women out there trying to tell me where I'm going to take them. You must be out your mind. But anyway, right? Anyway, I lost my place. Thinking about that kind of stuff. But next time you go into a Cheesecake Factory or you go into a Whole Foods or you go into whatever place you go into, as a woman, just, oh, how many men do I see? And I guarantee you only say, oh, it's like 3 or 4 guys in here, 5 guys. And I bet you it's probably 3 times that amount in there, because you're not seeing the guys out there doing the grunt work. You're not seeing the dude who's in the parking lot getting the carts. You're not seeing the guy who's cleaning the window. You're not seeing the guy who's sitting there frantically stocking the shelves. You're not seeing the guy running around doing whatever, right? Especially in those restaurants. You're not seeing the guy who's busting the tables and, whatever. Women just don't see those dudes. Just don't see them. No, it's fine. They're at work. They're doing their thing anyway. But most women don't see the vast majority of men that are out there. They just don't. Now, if you pull up like at a drive-through, like the women ain't really trying to holler at the dude at the drive-through. Now, there are dudes who'll be working the drive-through at McDonald's or working the drive-through at whatever restaurant, or working, at CVS or wherever. And the dude got game. You know what I mean? He's a brokey, Pookie, Ray, whatever type, you know what I mean? Or a broke Chad. But he got game. He know how to make you smile. He'll get your Instagram, get your number, get your Instagram. Cause that's all he do. All day long. That's all he does. That guy sees a woman and it's
Holla, 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 holla.
all day. That's another thing, these guys, man. These guys in the Mantle Swamp, right? These guys out here, these red pill guys talking about, like I said, they're like, oh, the women don't talk to nobody. Yes, they do. Then they talk about like, oh, you got to have all this money. You got to be 6'3". You have to have all this money. You got to be all in shape. I'm like, no, you don't need none of that, bro. Those things help, but you don't need none of that, bro. All you got to do is be able to holler, holla, 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 and run the numbers game. These women will talk to you, bro. Women look for guys who can make them laugh. If you can have a good conversation, you can make her smile, not trying to be corny, goofy, clownish, but you just witty and charming, bro, she will absolutely meet you for drinks. She'll absolutely meet you in the park to take a walk. And if you get in her hair right, she will absolutely take you out. If she's digging you, she will absolutely 100% do that. That's how it works. Because women want good men who are confident. You don't have to be 6'3", 215 pounds, all ripped up, driving a Lamborghini. You don't have to be that dude. Man, it helps if you are. Right? It really helps. But if you that guy, you have those things and you're socially awkward and you're a weirdo, you're not going to get any women. And if you're the guy who has those things, you're like, well, I'm too busy to try to talk to girls, so I'm just going to pay them money. Cool. They're going to be around. You'll have an endless supply of women. But they will be draining you dry. They will take you for everything you got. And guess what? That's the game. That's what you get. That's what happens. That's what you get. Yeah, Brother Casual James, like, I love my high school job. I was the guy collecting carts. That job helped me with talking to new people. Absolutely. Like you see, and that's another thing too. These guys got to learn. You got to push yourself. You got to put in the work. Everyone's looking for a pill that's just going to make them better. I just give me this pill, give me this medicine so I can just, voila, I'm here. I've just transformed. Nah, world don't work like that. You just can't scream Shazam and then all your problems are fixed because you've turned into a superhero. It doesn't work that way. You got to put in the work. Like Brother Casual Germ is saying right here, like, yeah, man, I had a job. I'm collecting the cards, but guess what? I'm talking to everybody. I'm going to force myself to talk to folks. Probably starts with, hey, how you doing? Starts there. And then, hey, how you doing? I saw you last week, or, hey, you got a new car, or, hey, you know what I mean? I see your purse, or whatever it is. You just learn how to talk. Small talk is currency, bro. Small talk is currency. On the boat, there was a sister. She was probably late 20s, early 30s. She had on some leather pants, and then she had on a top that was like kind of open. I mean, it wasn't trashy. It was very nice. She was, I would have considered her one of the elegant women who were there, but she had mad tattoos and piercings, like the nose piercing. And I was like, that's what pushed her over into the trashy side. But she was quiet and she was minding her business. She was, again, in my orbit. They just stayed in my orbit. So, it's the end of the night. The boat's about to dock. So I start talking to her and her friends. It's always the one and their friends. Now, her friends weren't attractive at all, but she was very attractive. But of course, I know that I got to talk to the whole group. I just can't holler at her and ignore the rest of the group. So whatever I'm gonna say is gonna have to be for all of them. And we had a good time. She had been watching me. She'd been in my orbit. She knew mad people were coming up to talk to me, take pictures with me. She saw it. People were waiting to talk. So she knew, like, well, he's somebody, but we don't know who he is. But he's obviously important on this damn ship. So they finally came over and, I came over to them, took a couple steps, and I was like, hey guys, did you enjoy yourself? Like, we're about done. Did you enjoy this evening? And like, yeah, like, I just want to make sure you guys had a good time. We're so glad you could join us. We appreciate it. And they're like, yeah. And I'm just joking. I go from there and I'm just joking and having a good time. And I could have easily, I said, hey, what are you guys doing after this? So they just strictly came out for the boat, drinks, food, and that was it. They're going home. Like, okay, that's cool. I ain't mad. But I said, I think we're going to I think we're going to a spot in South Beach. In case you guys change your mind, let me know. You can show up. We can, same thing. We'll get you in there as well. And the one thought about it. She was like, huh. You know what I mean? She thought about it. But her friends were like, nah, we're leaving. Okay, cool. But it's the small talk that got me there. It wasn't me going up, damn girl, what's up, girl? I went on that holla, 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 that aggressive shit that I used to be that way when I was young. Nah, I just walked up, what's good, girl? How you feeling? Cool. I didn't have to even pay him compliments really because I wasn't on that. Just small talk. We're riding around on the canals in Fort Lauderdale. All the houses were like multi-million-dollar houses. I think a cheap house on the canals that we were in was probably 15 million. So we're riding around up there. I'm like, yeah, one of y'all let me hold about 20 million talking about one of these houses. I'll let you come over one day a month. Right. And they just start laughing. Right. And then we're just kind of talking about, the boat, talking about the party, talking about finances. They were just talking. It was cool. I would have been more aggressive if her friends were attractive. But because her friends were just not attractive, like, this is just a dead mission, and I really wasn't trying to get on like that, to be honest with you. Like, this is a dead mission, but kind of like what Casual Jones was saying, I was just having a conversation because I can. You know what I mean? And then Casual Jones like, yeah, women would flirt with me until they found out I was 16 at the time. Hey, man, my brother was with me at Freaknik. It was a Freaknik in 90, must have been 95. Pac was alive. This when Breed hit the scene. MC Breed, no, Mike Jones. No, MC Breed. This is when MC Breed hit the scene. And we went down to Atlanta for Freaknik. It was my crew, and I had my brother. My brother was in middle school at the time. My brother was an 8th grader. So he was like 14, 15, something like that. So we down at Freaknik. I'm fresh out the Army. Got our people there, my cousin, then one of my homeboys, and my brother. And bro, we in the club. We had we went in the club. We were in somebody's hotel room. Y'all know how Freaknik used to be. It's just, somebody get a hotel room and everybody's piled up in there. Not even like a real night, not like the kind of hotel I was just in. Nothing like that. Like just a regular room, like with double beds, like a Motel 6 type shit, Holiday Inn. So we in there, there's mass people in there sitting on the floor, whatever. My brother's sitting there, 3 or 4 beautiful sisters. I think they went to Clark. College girls. Talking to him. Finally, one of the girls, they're talking, and she's like, I don't believe you. And I start listening to what my brother's saying. And then, because they were like, what school you go to? Like, I go to Roberts. They was like, what school is that? Like, he was like, it's a middle school. I'm from Cincinnati. Middle school, how old are you? He's like, I'm 15. Like 14 or 15. And then she was like, you lying. This is my brother talking. He's like, if I'm gonna lie to you, why would I lie and tell you I'm 15? Wouldn't I lie and tell you I'm 25? Right? And he was like, well, how'd you get down here? Like, I'm with my brother. And they look up at me. I'm like, yeah, that's my little brother. And then one of them was like, well, you a sexy 15-year-old. See, she was trying to bend the law. She was trying to get her wiggle on with my little brother. But he is gamed up and was gamed up because of his big brother and his big cousin. We took him everywhere we went. So by the time he got to high school, his game was so advanced, he was messing with college girls. And his high school was shared campuses with University of Cincinnati. So he was doing this thing. Ever since he was 14, 15 years old, he's been talking to women. Now, most guys don't have that. That's the whole point. Like, we got dudes who are being raised by women, raised by a pack of women. They don't know what time it is. They tell him, no, treat women like a queen and do this and that and blah, blah. No, man, don't do none of that. Figure out the game, figure out who you deal with, and let it go the way it's gonna go. Let her dictate the terms as far as if she want to smash, she gonna smash. Keep your mouth shut. Don't mess it up by talking too much. Don't be trying to show her off. If she ready to go, you dealing with a dime, she ready to go, go. You know what I mean? You should know. She touching you, she's saying whatever, she's leaning over, trying to whisper in your ear, and her lips are touching all on your neck. She's ready to go, bro. Like, hey, you know, it's too loud. Let's get out of here. You ready to go? She's like, I'm ready. Get her out of there, bro. But guys don't understand that. Oh, I'm with this pretty woman. He gonna take her around and all show her off to all his friends or whatever. Like, bro, you gonna show her the guy she gonna go home with tonight. She is going to jump on the next. Oh, I really want this dude. Oh, you know him? That's the guy with like Fresh. Oh, you know Fresh? You know who Fresh is? That's the guy with the G-Wagon, the Rolls Royce truck. That's the guy with the exotic cars. Bro, she gonna send you to the bar to go get some. Next thing you know, she out of there. She done left with Fresh. And that's your fault as a dude trying to show off this woman. But my brother learned all that from me when he was young. I learned all that from my uncles and big cousins when I was young and passed it along. But now you got guys who just don't have this knowledge. They don't have this experience. They don't get these opportunities. They don't know. And then they become the very dudes that women don't respect. It is a problem, y'all. It is a problem. It is definitely a problem. On the spot, like, do you think men would have better mental health? IDTH. I don't know that those last two words says, do I think men would have better mental health if they were to talk about it? I think men would have better mental health if they were taught it, I guess, from the schools. Like what the guy's doing that we were just watching. I mean, he's just trying to teach young, people, men in general, about mental health and these things. I think that's fine. Mental health should be taught right along with hygiene and all that kind of stuff in your physical health. I think they're a pair. They're a pair. But no one, men are always, we were taught like, you're going to be all right, push it down. We working on that Bill Burr kind of thing, right? This is how I was raised to think, right?
Jesus Christ, be a man, push it down. Push it down. Deny your feelings. Act like you have answers. Do some man shit right now.
That's how I was raised. I was raised to do that. Push it down. Be a man. Right? Deny your feelings. Act like you got answers. Right? Do some man shit right now. That's how I was raised. But I think the guys should be aware, and they should be taught in school in general about mental health, because dudes are, they're deleting themselves in record numbers. Record numbers, brother Jay in the building. Oh, here's right here. Sister on the spot live. She's like, do you think men would have better mental health if they learned how to be in community with women and have meaningful connections instead of attempting to use them for sex? I think that sounds good on paper, sis. But like I said, there's been a social shift. Right? Women are out there. So the way that I hit the streets and the way that we was, chasing after women back in the day, it was us going after the women. That's how we wanted to smash, right? That's how it was, for the 80s, 90s, into the 2000s for us. But now I would argue that the young women today are out there moving the way the young men moved in my day. And what I mean by that is these women are getting it in. Like I just told you, I was out just kicking it, and one of these young girls was trying to come back to the telly. And it was her 100%. I was not really trying to do that. I wasn't. I was just chilling. But the opportunity presented itself, and she was about it. She was all the way about it. And it wasn't me. It's nice, man. She didn't even know my name. I didn't know her name. I got to look up her Instagram to figure out what her name was. We had a great conversation. She was on the ship. I saw her on the ship, didn't say anything to her. We was on a party bus going from the ship to the club. I saw her on the bus, didn't say anything to her. We in the club. And she brushed up against me trying to get my attention. I still didn't say anything to her until later on, we're about to leave the nightclub. She came up into the section, posted up right next to me, got in my orbit, and it was on. They started playing some salsa or whatever. I think it was some reggaeton or whatever. It was reggae, and then it became reggaeton. So I stood up and I was trying to move a little bit, and I was trying to dance with her face to face. Like, oh, what's up? You know what I mean? She turned around and started grabbing parts of me. Like, listen, if I had a whistle, I could have blown that whistle like, hey, somebody's touching me. But I wasn't mad. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, go ahead. You want to touch that? Go ahead and touch that. But she turned around. She was breaking it down. She was putting it all on me. I was trying to dance with her face to face. I was just trying to have a meaningful little, you know what I'm saying? I like that. I like the salsa, merengue, bachata. I like to have fun. Nah, she turned right around. She was like, she turned right around and was backing that thing up. So yes, I think men would have better mental health if they learned about mental health. If that was something like the conversation were to start in maybe like 5th grade and then follow them into middle school and through high school, the conversation about mental health, coming away from what Bill Burr just said, which is, I love that. You know what I mean? I want to listen to it again. I think that we probably have to come away from this, although I don't want to, but I think it might be best for a community.
Jesus Christ, be a man. Push it down. Push it down. Deny your feelings. Act like you have answers. Do some man shit right now.
I think we should come away from that, although that's how I live my life. But I think that if we bring that conversation in, mental health conversation in, for kids when they hit like 5th grade, 6th grade, right? That takes them all the way through the middle school years and then into high school. I think it will be better for men in general. But the part about meaningful connections, you know, you can have a meaningful connection with total strangers. You can have meaningful connections with people at work, at school, but men don't know how to have communication, period. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to holler. So it's hard for these young boys to get the meaningful communication that you're talking about. Now, the last part about the sex, you know, because you're making the implication instead of men attempting to use women for sex, I would argue it's the other way around now. I'm serious. It's either the other way around or it's 50-50 because the women on the ship were, I mean, using themselves as sexual objects. The way they were dressing, the way they were moving, you know, you turn your phone on and turn the light on your phone and they just turn around and start, you know, twerking and whatnot. It's crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, the young woman that was talking to me, like I said, I seen her all night long. Man, it was a bunch of dudes who were like chasing after her, trying to get on with her for whatever reason. You could see it in there. One of the dudes said something to me. I see you, OG. You know, I had her locked up, but I see you on her. I'm like, I'm not on her. She's on me, bro. I'm like, call it like you said, homie. I'm just sitting here. She sat over here with me. She's doing all this. He's like, you right. I was like, it is what it is, player. Like, I'm not really trying to, you know, and at the end of the night, the opportunity was there. I'm like, I'm just not going that way. I'm going that way. If you want to come with me, come on, but I ain't going with you all the way up there. And the reason she didn't come with me because, again, she would have had to figure out how to get home, even if I paid her Uber or whatever, which I would have paid for her Uber, but it would have been about $60, $70. That's how far away she was from where I was staying. So I would argue that when it comes to sex, I would argue that it's the women today who are really about that life. The women are out here getting it like the dudes were getting it when I came up. That would definitely be my argument, sis. But as far as the mental health part, I think, yeah, we should really be talking about it. We definitely should be talking about it to these young boys, especially to these young boys. And brother Brother Jay is like, I never get compliments on appearance, only on moods. That's a good mood, bro. Like you seem like you're having a good day. Yep. I'll give compliments on accessories, and I look at nails as accessories, clothing, bags. You know, if it's something about it, I'll take a quick look at how they did themselves up for that night, and I'll find something, their hair, maybe their hairstyle or whatever. I'll make a compliment on that, and that'll lead to a conversation. You can tell pretty quick if she's a bitch. Like there's some women out there, they're just nasty. You don't want to talk to them. They just have nasty attitudes. It's like, oh, you make a compliment and you just move on. Right. And even the older women, like when I go out here in Tampa and the older women, God awful, bro. God awful. And a lot of them are asked, like, again, they'll get into your orbit, whatever, eventually say something to you. Like, well, how come you didn't say anything? I'm like, I'm sorry, love. Like, you seem really cool. You seem fine, but your friends over there, oh, they are horrible. Why would I want to approach you guys? And I'm pretty sure that's why you with those women, right? You with those women because that's going to ward off most of the Pookies and Ray Rays. And right, and this particular woman started laughing. She was like, yeah, I mean, I really don't want to deal with the dusty guys. I'm like, cool, but they're also going to run off the dudes who aren't dusty. Because your friends, like the way you're looking at these dusty dudes, that's how I look at your friends over there. They dusty to me. I'm not dealing with that. I don't want to deal with any chicken heads, hood chicks. Nah. Like you out with the chicken, chicken heads. You with them. I don't want nothing to do with that. That part of my life is over. And you know, a lot of those women, I've had that conversation with 3 or 4 women over the past couple of years. And they're like, thank you, you're right. I gotta think about that. Now, the venue has a lot to do with it. Where we were, I understand that she's gonna want to come out with these women, but if she were to go to something a little more upscale, she definitely wouldn't have had those chicken heads with her. Maybe she would have had a couple, you know, different women with her or whatever. So the older women are having trouble because the younger women are out here just smashing. They are getting it in, sis. I'm trying to tell you, they getting it in out here. And these dudes, these dudes who don't know how to talk to folks, these dudes who are having quote unquote mental issues, they're not prepared for this world. They're not ready. Right? They're sitting around complaining how unfair everything is. They're not ready. So we got to get them ready. So that's what we're going to be talking about, this sort of stuff. We're going to be talking about sexual dynamics, you know, moving forward. We're going to be talking about the sexual marketplace. We're going to be talking about what men are looking for in dating, what women are looking for in dating. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, guys, because I really want to focus on the weirdo guys. I want to focus on the bottom 80, man. I want to focus on the invisible men. I want to be able to help these dudes make a change, especially after watching Justin, you know, that young brother that was on the boat. I forget his name, but when he was talking to Justin and when he told me how his life changed completely, did a complete 180 based on watching one video with Justin Wilder telling him, like, this is how you need to do it. And I'm trying to put some content out like that. Then maybe we can reach a couple of these dudes. Maybe I can help a couple of these guys become the best versions of themselves. That's what I'm striving for. That's what I'm hoping to do. So that's what we're going to be doing. Again, if we're doing this and y'all got some questions about whatever, politics, weapons, whatever, I'll be doing stuff about music too. I just love music so much. If I see some, you know, like Nandy doing something, Nandy has a couple YouTube shorts, YouTube shorts out there where like she's playing a theme from The Simpsons, right? And Nandy Bushell is the young girl from UK. She's a drummer. She's one of the top drummers on the planet, an excellent musician. She's 13, maybe 14 now. I think she just had a birthday. She's 14 years old. She's already one of the best drummers on the planet. Real talk. This little girl is amazing. Y'all see me do a couple videos talking about her. Well, she has a YouTube short out there where she's playing the theme to the Simpsons cartoon. So she's playing saxophones, right? She's a drummer. She plays the bass guitar. She plays the regular guitar. She plays keyboards, right? This young girl is a savant. She plays everything, but her primary instrument is the drums. But she plays saxophone. So she's playing a theme from the Simpsons cartoon, and she's edited. So she's playing the baritone sax part. She's got a baritone sax part, a tenor saxophone part, an alto part, and a soprano part. And she's playing them all, and then she edited it all together, and it's all in tune. This was amazing. I don't know if auto-tune was able to tune up all those instruments or whatever. But so what she did was she edited herself. She inserted herself playing each of these instruments on one video. I'll probably do that one tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a quick short on that. This little girl is so talented. So I'll be talking about music. If I see some cool music, something I could talk about, I'll talk about it. I'll be talking about comedy a little bit, but most of all, we're going to be talking about how to help these lonely men become unlonely. We're going to talk about how to help these dudes with their struggles and become better men. And, you know, this mental health thing, we can definitely talk about that as well. Like I said, the guy we were watching, too soft for me. That approach is too soft. I got to come with it. I got to come with it. Like, get up, sound off like you got a pair, bro. Quit acting like a little punk. You know what I mean? You sound like a real bitch right now. I'll be like old boy from South Central. Remember, old dog was talking to Kane like, you starting to sound like a real bitch right now. We about to go over here and smoke these marks. That was a crazy conversation, but we've had conversations like that in real life. We've had conversations like that, man. You about to come out here and do this. right? I'm doing this for you. Them dudes out there, they smoke your people. Not my people, your people. I'm out here with you. Man, we finna go get these guys. You know, and for the record, I have never, ever taken anyone's life, okay? In the streets over some street stuff. I've never done that. Just so y'all know. But there's been situations like, man, we finna go over here and deal with these cats, bro. We about to fight. It's about to go down. They did something to your cousin. They did something to your sister, to your brother. We going over here to deal with this, man. You better come on. You throwing the first punch. And that's what we always say. You gonna throw the first punch. So I'm more from that school, but I think that we can blend both approaches. You know, if that's what it takes to make guys better, then that's what we're gonna do. Right. So, all right. So we back, y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me. This is how we're gonna do it. Monday through Thursday, 5 o'clock. Now we're gonna start at 5 o'clock and do what we do. You know, like if y'all got any suggestions or whatever, man, hit me up on Instagram. I really want to know podcast, all one word. If y'all want to reach out to me, we can work some stuff out. Appreciate y'all, bro. I really do. This is, you know, I mean, this is my medicine. I ain't gonna lie to you. You talk about for my mental health, doing this really helps. This really helps. Now I got stuff I got to do. Don't forget about Castle Club tomorrow. I'll have some links so you guys, if you want to, for those who want to check it out, you can hit the link, jump over to Castle Club, get yourself all set up. Once you're a member of Castle Club, we'll get you into the city groups, do a quick verification call. I'll have all that information tomorrow in the stream. And I might even put this in the comments. So yeah, appreciate y'all. If you guys watching this on Team Replay, I appreciate any any comments you might have. Go ahead and put them in put those comments in there. I'll do my best to get back to them. I do got to catch up on. I got some I keep saying comments. I got some comments out there that I gotta reach out to and respond to, and I'm gonna get it done now that the kids are back in school. I got more time to dedicate to what I'm doing. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Justin Waller. Shout out to Rich Cooper, Michael Surtain, and Rolo Tomasi, and all those guys out there doing it, all the rest of them. Shout out to the dudes in the Manno Swamp. Shout out to the Red Pill World. Let's keep helping these guys, man. And let's fix our society, because I think that's where we need to start. Let's fix these men. And when we fix these men, the women will come around, right? They will absolutely come around. So that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for rocking out with me. I'm DL Saint. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.